Good afternoon, everyone. This is Maria.
This is Tim.
Today is Monday, April the 2nd, 2018. Welcome to our daily recap.
Maria, as usual, before we get started, go ahead and give us those crazy numbers we had today.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting day. The Dow ended the day down 458 points, closed at 23,644. The Nasdaq was down 193 points, closing at 6870, and the S&P 500 was down 58 points and closed at 2581.
And before we get started really in depth, I wanted to go over a few things real quick. Um, One of the things I've seen today that, it kind of hurts as a trader, especially when you have a lot of people that's like family with you, right? A couple of messages. What do I do about my Intel? And there's no way we can know when we buy this under 50 on Wednesday, Thursday, and it goes to 52 at the close on Thursday, that we can have this kind of a day, right? It's just not, there's no way when you're buying that you can predict how the market's going to open Monday uh, or what the world events are going to be. You can't. Anytime you, excuse me, anytime you swing something, you're at risk. You are taking a risk anytime you swing something. Everything that we swung, we got killed on. Luckily, we got out of Baba Green. A couple of things we got out of green, some we got out of flat, some we lost some money on. Again, this is why you keep powder dry for days like this. You're not over invested in the market. Maria, go ahead and show the Q trades today. You can just go ahead and show that account. We do still own several things, which we will go over in a few minutes. But again, as you
So
can see,
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
go
I
ahead.
mean, we definitely got hammered on some stuff. I mean, $600 on Netflix, Nvidia we're still holding. Took a little bit of loss on Penn, on PayPal. Thor we're still holding. Tesla, that was an intraday trade, so ignore that one. UPS we're still holding, but we did sell a lot of positions. Not, what we want to emphasize is that this was not panic selling. This was these charts broke technical levels that we were watching. And below a certain, well, how do I want to word this? We're going to respect our lines, right? If it breaks the support level that I'm keeping an eye on or that Tim is keeping an eye on, we're out. There's no questions, there's no back and forth, there's no, oh, let's wait another day, let's do this, that, and the other. It breaks the line, it's a hard rule. We're out. We can always buy it back. But
Right.
from a technical standpoint, if it breaks my support line, I'm getting out. So that's why we liquidated some of these positions. As you can see, we did what we were supposed to do. We jumped in the queues, we scalped that, had some really, really nice trades there, played with a little bit more size than we were probably than we normally do. And we ended the day green.
And that's not to brag. That's not to
No,
say,
it's
hey,
not.
we rule, you suck. You should listen to us because we rock the world and you guys all suck. No, we have bad trades. As you can see, Tesla right there. Bad trade, intraday trade, loser, right? It happens. Netflix, swing, minus 600. It happens. It happens. These are not all the positions, and this is just the joint account here. But thankfully, with enough powder dry, we were able to turn a bad situation into a good situation. But when we're swinging Intel, Microsoft, and God knows what all we were swinging at this point, and I forgot half of it, we can't predict this. Nobody can. Listen, if I knew the market was going to open up shitty on Monday, I'd have sold this shit on Thursday, right? Or I would have not got in, and I would have got in today. But this is part of it. This is part of trading. This is what we do, and we try to make the best out of every situation. That's all we can do. Keep the hopium away, try to make the best out of the situations, try to find some new entries if you really like the stocks. Hold on to some of them if you're just a diehard, which we did hold on to Microsoft and a few more. We'll get into that in a few minutes. But we had to cut PIN. We had to cut PayPal. And I like those. And PayPal had some activity today. So we'll see. And UPS, God knows we should have cut that a long time ago, but it's after ER. And at this point, we might as well, and I shouldn't say that because it's a sucky thing to do. And I don't want people following me on this. At this point, we've lost so much in it that we might as well gamble it. Okay. which in essence is what we're doing, which is fine because this count started with 10,000 on January 2nd. Um, it's almost at 30,000 on March 1st, the first trading day in March. So ecstatic with the account growth. So anyway, Maria, did you have anything else on that?
No, I just again, guys, this is exactly why, and Tim has said it. I've said it numerous times. If you're a member in the room, we say it constantly. Cash is a position. We've been trying to, I don't want to say coach, but we've been trying to emphasize that point for like 5, 6, 7 weeks, if not longer, where, we kept saying it's okay to be cash. It's okay to be cash. When you're seeing volatility, you want to have cash available so that you can get in and trade the direction of the market and try to offset some of those losses. So again, one more time, it is okay to be cash. Cash is a position. There's nothing wrong with being cash. I know today was really, really rough. I loved that closing imbalance. The market on close, I think, was 1.1 or one somewhere between 1.2 to 1.4 billion to the buy side. We did not hit those February lows on the Qs at least. I know the Dow and S&P, I believe, don't. I have to double check on those two, but I believe those two it hit that low and fell under the 200 SMA. That's okay. It's okay because again, between now and the next earnings season, I think we're going to see a lot more chop. I think it will be choppy. We're going to have up days, we're going to have down days. But overall, longer term, I'm still cautiously bullish. We'll call it cautiously bullish. Yeah, that's all I had.
That's true. And remember, we're trained non-professionals. So anyway, let's go ahead and hit. I'm going to go ahead and start with a supernova today, SLS.
Holy
Um,
crap, did you see this one?
what a day! Halt City, what a day!
Let me
Had
get the
some news,
five-day
had
pull
an
up.
upgrade. Yeah. So we'll go over all that fun stuff. Yeah, look at this. And I believe this was the old Galena, right? Is this Gale?
Yeah, you're right. It is. It was previously Gale. I think we looked that up earlier today, and this was previously Gale. Here's the news. Positive data from their 2B trial. So that is what made it run. I think at one point I thought I saw that the percentage increase on this was like, I don't remember what it was. It was like multiple hundreds of percent. It was a really, really, really nice day for them. Let's go back out a little bit further.
Well, I also want you to pull up the volume ratio on this thing. Talk about
Yeah,
thick.
let's look at that. 189 times its average 10-day volume today. 17.3 million shares traded.
That's
I mean,
sick.
that
They
is
had a nice upgrade
crazy.
too.
They
Yeah,
did.
an upgrade to $11. So, I listen, Gale. I never was a fan of Gale, but let's see with a change and everything and some news, some upgrades. Let's keep an eye on Gale. I mean,
Yep.
uh,
And here's the
maybe it's
upgrade
turned around
info.
like yeah,
Sorry.
maybe it's turned around like AMRS. So we will see. Speaking of AMRS, you don't have to pull a chart up on it though. Shitty day in the market. It held that support of 660 we talked about last night. So thank you, Amy, for not creaming us like everything else did today. Let's go ahead and look at OREX, Maria.
Nice day. Popped up in the morning, kind of gave it back, but nice pop at the close. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. A really nice pop at that close. So is there potential for continuation? I think there is a little bit of potential. What I really would like to see, if you're looking at the left side of the screen, is I want to see that morning volume come in. But I want that to be consistent, not to die off. But I guess one of the main reasons why I kind of liked it or was looking at this one is because even with that fall off in volume, it still held fairly well. So could it continue? Yes, just please be careful. Use your stops, things like that. I'm not sure if it had any news. Did you see any, Tim?
I did not see news on this one.
I did not either. So I don't see any news with it. I like to see news with, when I'm looking at stuff for possible continuation, I definitely like to see news with it. Don't see any news on it. Do like the pop, do like the chart, like that end of day push, but I definitely want to see more volume come in on it.
And I'm going to hit a couple, Maria. We won't go too in depth, but SSC, I believe that was ER this morning. Something to keep an eye on because these penny stocks or low floats, whatever, with the ER, and that looks like it's kind of broke out a little bit here. Definitely want to keep an eye on SSC and also HEB. You want to go ahead and pulling up something else? Go ahead.
HEB. That was a really nice push at the end of the day.
It was. Did anything else come out on that, or was
Let's
it just
see.
what?
The only news that I have is from this morning. This is the only news that I see from the fly, or at least, from our news sources. I'm gonna have to look a little bit. I'm gonna have to search some other sources to see if there's anything else on this one because the way that volume came in, the way that thing popped, it kind of looks like it was news related, but I don't see any news with it. So we'll take a closer look
Uh,
at it tonight.
one of our favorites, and it may not be a favorite tomorrow, AKER. Now they are announcing their quarter or maybe year end tomorrow morning. So let's keep an eye on AKER. Had a decent day, especially with the market being shitty as it was. So AKER, do not forget that's in the morning. Let's keep an eye on that because that has been one that we've been following for a while.
Yep.
Um, ARQL, which is another one that keeps getting mentioned a lot lately.
Really nice day on it. Look at that consolidation. Look at that flat top on Thursday. I'll call it a flat
Was
top. Close enough.
that Thursday or was that Friday being dead? I'm not sure.
No, that was Thursday because Friday was closed, so
Okay.
that was Thursday.
Okay. So yeah. And that was interesting. You're going to have a little resistance there at the 52-week high. If we get past that, ARQL could be sweet.
Yeah.
One more quick one, Maria. CDMO.
I saw this one. Actually, somebody in the room was talking about it. Really pretty day. Nice volume for what
With
it
the
typically.
continuation there. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, it started moving last week, so let's go ahead and pull a little further out on this and just have a look.
sure.
Because that started, did you see any news on it as well? Sorry, I
The
know I'm hitting you with a
last,
lot of questions.
no, you're fine. The last piece of news that I have is back on the 22nd of March, they received six CMO leadership awards. So this was the news that came out, and let's see, what day was this? So this was actually after. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's making this one move, but it's definitely moving. Nice gap fill. Where are we
Yeah.
at right here? Yeah, I would like to see this. I would love to see what this does above, if it can push for that 340, 345. I'd love to see what it does above there. Get a 52-week high at 442 or 443, sorry, 443. A little bit of resistance in throughout there. Well, before it gets to a 52-week high, but really nice gap fill, nice couple of days. Let's keep an eye on it and see if it continues.
So I want to go through a few of these kind of fast because there's just a few of them. Um, no need to pull up this chart. Amazon, we were swinging Amazon. We sold that early this morning. Maria got a nice short off of it as well because the Trump news, we kind of thought all this had died down last week. When I say Trump news, the Trump tweets about, them in the post office, them in the post office. So,
Yeah, so guys, Thursday I swung this one. I bought some out of the money calls. Well, actually just one for this week. When I saw the tweet on, I think it was Saturday, I knew I was immediately selling at the open. I sold it. Didn't wait on it, just sold it. I went short, caught a really nice trade, and actually ended up green.
Tesla, I mean, I wasn't a fan of what Elon did this weekend. I kind of thought that was in poor taste, especially on Easter. April Fools or not, I thought it was in poor taste. The room was jumping on this one early. You jumped on it. I did not. I pushed out on this one completely. I looked at the contracts. I was not going to pay $11 and try to go, 10 contracts on it or something. It just, the IV on it was insane. You guys were right. New 52-week lows. Nice bounce off the lows. Really nice
Mhm.
bounce.
We caught it short and then
Yeah.
we caught it long.
Unfortunately, I did not participate in that. And here we are on CNBC right now. They're talking about the Musk meltdown continues. Um, so we'll see what the production numbers, come out as on this one. Nvidia, we added 235s for April. I know.
Correct.
I think Vishal got 225s. We are down in this one a little bit. We did add that today. We also added MU. Just felt like MU at around 50 was, and we're down on this one a little bit as well.
And this is one that we had planned on buying. So let me go out to a 5-day. If you guys remember from yesterday's recap or the weekly recap, we talked about these levels down here that it kept bouncing off of. It just kept hitting it and bouncing, hitting it and bouncing. Today, when we had the opportunity under 50, we did go ahead and pick up just a couple of contracts, May 5250s, to play up to ER. And, we will continue to keep an eye on it.
The Qs, go ahead and pull that up. Yeah, that sucks that MU fell under that. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. We got to get it for less. So you can see here on these Qs, we was talking about, you had that morning, everything was down pre-market. And it looks like there for about 10 minutes that, hey, fuck all the drama, let's rock and roll. Everything was rocking, and I was in sell mode, and this happened. But when we crossed back under the opening print, I caught 3 nice shorts here. Maria, you showed the confirms. You just killed shorts in the Qs today in the joint account and your account. So this is why you keep powder dry, right? We do see a double bottom there at around 153 and change. Hopefully that sticks. And hopefully that's our lows. It was nice market on close today. What was it, $1.2 billion, $1.5 billion or something to buy? We'll see. Up
So
a little
really
bit in after
quickly,
hours.
sorry, Tim.
Yeah.
Let me
No,
go
you're good.
out. So let me extend this line to the left. This top line is was the low of the day, or close enough to the low of the day. What I was really watching for is whether or not we were going to test the lower levels of this wick back in February. Right, I do have a support line above that 151.68. I like that it turned around. Let me go back to the 1-day. I like that it hit that low and bounced up. Again, close enough to a double bottom for us. Nice move up, made a new support level over here, or higher low before the close. So I'm happy with the end, even though it was a really large drop. I am happy with the way it closed.
Go ahead and pull up SPY real quick too. I know this is pretty much a mirror, and let's see if that hit that low. I know the Dow absolutely went through it.
And SPY we did trade
Excuse me,
today as
guys.
well. We played it short. So
Got a little
on
bit of
a
a cold.
SPY. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like the wicks yet.
No, it hasn't hit that wick just yet. Well, I'm sorry, it hasn't hit the bottom of this wick just yet. Which some people will use the wick, some people won't. I will use it because the price did flash down there. So there's the bottom of that wick. So definitely didn't hit that. So and again, if we go back to the 1-day today, it hit that low, made a slightly higher low. Nice close. I like that close.
I'm happy with it compared to what it looked like was going to happen for sure.
Yep.
Intel, Intel's already having a shitty day. I was already upset enough about Intel because, I mean, I should have sold it right off the bat this morning. I guess Apple's not going to use the chips in some bullshit in 2020. A couple of analysts came out and
Oh.
said, no big deal. I actually sold this. You actually picked it up down there. Well, I don't know about the lows, but you picked it up.
You told me to sell it and I did, and then I turned around and bought it again. Is what happened.
Yeah. So, um,
Here
anyway,
was the news
I
if you
mean,
hadn't seen it. So it's Apple to replace Intel chips and Macs with own processors. This was a Bloomberg report. Not It says the change, which could begin as early as 2020, is part of a larger strategy to make all of Apple's devices work more similarly and seamlessly together. Um, but again, we have a couple of well, more than one. We had two, I believe, analysts that came out and said it's really not that big of a deal. I still like Intel a lot. It took a hit, kind of double bottomed at that low a day or close to that low a day, and we had buyers step back in. So yeah, it's down on the day, but we did pick up calls, and I think that we should be able. I think we'll see a bump in this one. I think we should see it go up.
so that was the news. Apple dumped on them. Baba was one that we were swinging. We had 190s for, I believe it was April, 190s, and we're still greening them this morning. So we actually took that green. And Baba, I am looking to get back in as well. I like it when it gets down here in this 175 to 180 range.
I do
So go ahead and
too.
pull that one up real quick as well.
Yep, here's
So we
Baba. We
probably
actually had
will
a
take
couple
another
people,
shot there.
right? And we had a couple people kill the short on it. Like they shorted it pretty much up here, and they
Oh
just
God, we had that new guy,
yep,
Ace Trader. He came in right off the bat this morning, and
exactly.
because he had seen our swing list, he said, "Man, watch that swing, watch that swing." One of the reasons we went ahead and took the green, and he crushed that right off the bat. Nice exit. Some people went ahead and held it. Looks like that pretty much mirrored the cues on the rest of the day there as far as Baba goes. This one I am looking to get back in. But yeah, he did get pull up. Go ahead and pull us up a month just for shits and gigs here.
How about like 3 months or 6 months? Here's a 6 month chart in typical choppy Baba fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the bounces we get off this shit.
I know. Oh, I know it.
If you look across there, I mean, that's decent. Eh, you know, we'll see. But we are looking to re-get back in Baba. So,
Yep,
and let's see what
absolutely.
else I had on my list. Microsoft, we are still in Microsoft. Let's go ahead and look at that one. Shitty day.
Back under 90.
uh,
That's okay.
dude. I mean, so many times I should have sold this one today and just got back in it. I mean, we're not underwater crazily on Microsoft, as crazy as that sounds, but we've been playing it for a while, so got lucky on some nice entries. Let's see how this one does. I still think this runs into ER. But yes, we are still in Microsoft. Facebook could have got killed. I mean, if you look at how everything else got killed today, I actually thought Facebook held up remarkably well.
I was
Um,
surprised. Like I hadn't looked at Facebook for most of the day. Um, but I looked at Facebook like right after the close. I was like, holy shit. Like it was, sorry guys. This this was, it actually held up a lot better than I expected.
let's go ahead and pull up a 10-day on this. Let's see where this is in
Let's,
relation to all this craziness
so
that's
this
at.
is a
And
5 day.
that's
Sorry,
good
here's your
enough. That's
10.
all we needed was that 5 day, right? So it's actually, yeah. Let's actually go back to the 5 day. Where it's at, I know if you're in it, it probably feels like the end of the world. To me, I think this may be my first purchase tomorrow. Um,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how the market does. I'm actually kind of digging it here. Um, Netflix we sold. No need to even look at it. Uh, we will get back in though. I mean, that one I
Yeah.
still think has some kind of run into ER. I'm gonna I'm going to probably take a day and just watching it. Twitter, I thought actually held up, Maria, pretty well for a shitty day like this. So let's go ahead and pull up Twitter. I'm actually probably going to buy this tomorrow as well.
So Twitter, I was actually looking at last night as something that I may want to pick up. Let me go ahead and add a
I,
line.
I
How
like
do
it
I
where it's
like?
at.
Yeah.
I like it where it's at. Not the greatest close in the world, but listen, that could have been way worse. I was actually expecting it to be worse. So Twitter is on my buy list. Maria, was she fixing to say something? I'm sorry, I may have interrupted you.
No, no, you're good. I was just saying I was going to I wanted to add a couple of lines just to kind of take a look at where it falls. Yeah, I like it. I wish we had picked it up at that under 28, but I'll take it at 28.
I will
If
say.
we see some buyers
Um,
step up, I like it.
pull up W. This is Andrew Left. Excuse me,
Oh
I'm kind of
God.
congested. This is Andrew Left round 2 versus Wayfair.
I know. What does he have against Wayfair? Let's see what his thing
I'm going to
said.
have to read the report. We almost shorted it on that. Um, I looked at those 60s a couple times, didn't do it. Um, yeah, Wayfair sinks after Citron predicts under 30 in 2018.
Let's see. The blog concluded Wayfair's growth is already beginning to decelerate. What happens to their growth once they have started or once they have to start paying sales tax in every state and have to compete for the 20 keywords that drive the furniture industry? And they lose a key partner. Yes, okay, perfect. I still like Wayfair, to be honest with you. I like Wayfair. I've actually bought stuff off of Wayfair. Their customer service was awesome. The ordering process was awesome. Shipping process was, really smooth, really seamless for me. Um, multiple times. So I still like them. I don't know why he thinks they're a $30 stock, but we'll see.
I've only had one experience with Wayfair. We ordered a 12-foot Christmas tree. Came, it wasn't the color of the other 3 Christmas trees. We sent it back. No issues. You know,
Yeah.
I would fuck with them. I would do it again. Um, Autodesk, we're still in Autodesk. Somebody did ask me that earlier if we're still in Autodesk, and we're still in LRCX. LRCX, go ahead and pull up. Well, Autodesk, I like. If you want to pull that up first,
Yeah.
that AR was phenomenal. I think it's capped as far as let's look at a monthly on it. On Autodesk, I think it's capped on the downside.
So we are looking at, I really think that A, we have that gap there. B, we have a gap right through here. I probably should have turned my trackpad on because that would have been smart. Anyway, you see this gap over here, and we have that wick coming down here. I think that even though this, well, this gap right here is down to here, but I think that we will see a little bit of support probably right around here if it continues down. But I still like Autodesk. I'm still in.
I'm in that one. I like it. LRCX, they've got ER in 2 weeks. Had some nice upgrades. When it runs, it runs. And LRCX, I mean, down here, uh, should we have cut it? Probably. Did we cut it? No. We're not perfect. It never actually hit where, I don't know. It was probably iffy. We could have probably cut it, but pull this back for, is this a monthly? Where are we at?
This one is a 6 month.
Yeah, so if you look across there, I mean, basically this is where I needed to hold, roughly. You
Yeah.
had you had some support back in, a couple months ago, then it fell well under this, got back to it, and that's where we've climbed from. So
Yeah,
chart wise, I
you'll
was
have a
okay
little
with
bit of
it.
support. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt you. I just chart wise, I didn't feel like it was the end of the world on this one.
No, I'm still in. I'm still holding with you. I think we will see. I think we'll see a little bit of a run before ER.
No. Now, granted, it breaks under 190. I'll probably cut at that point. And I know that sounds
Yes.
crazy. Like, why would you cut then? Because I don't really feel like it's going to go under there, personally. You know what I'm saying? That's just my line in the sand. And again, you got to think I'm not going to be perfect on every trade. Don't claim to be. But if we get into trouble, we know how to get out of it. We'll scalp cues, whatever. And it's not the end of the world. One or two bad trades aren't going to make or break us. So, Maria, I didn't have anything else. I don't know if you do or not.
No, I was just going to show that 190 line. So here's your line at 190, getting kind of close there. I think that if it were to break 190, you would have a little bit of support around 188, but really you'd have a little bit more support in the, well, maybe mid 180s, mid to low 180s.
Yeah. 190, when I was looking across there, yeah, the 188 would be, you're going to have more support there. It wouldn't shock me to see it touch 190, but I just don't think this one's done.
I don't think it's done either.
So, could be wrong. Hey, I've been wrong before, and like I say, it's not going to be the end of the world either way. Um, that's all I've got. Anything on the after-hour scanner?
Let me check and see. We had some stuff moving I saw earlier. Let's see what's on there right now. Yum A, interesting, low volume. MNGA is a
Yeah,
sub-dollar stock. TSM, why is TSM moving? Let's see if they have any news. Not a whole bunch of volume on that. Don't know if that was just a fat-fingered trade. Kind of looks like it. We'll check news just to see. Oops.
some volume on X there.
Yeah, there's definitely some volume on X. No news on TSM, so I think that's probably just some after hours thing. Um, okay, let's look at X. X actually did have news. So this was the after hours news on X. Let me get this, make that bigger for you. They resolved water violations with state and federal government. So that is why X is up after hours.
Hmm.
And let's see here. JC Penney's. Do we know why JC Penney's is moving?
I did not.
I didn't see any news on it. I don't trade it. I can't remember the last time I did trade it. It's been years. So I mean, it's on there, but I don't know why. Humana's on there. KMI's got 1.5 million shares traded. NWL, Newell Brand. Don't know why Kinder Morgan's up. No recent news. Yeah, no, that's about all. That's all I have.
Anything earnings tomorrow? Anything
Earnings.
to
We
watch?
have Play. Dave and Buster's is tomorrow. There was another one.
That's always after the bell. So yeah, that one's fun to play.
That one, the one that Tech Money's playing, XRF, a low, like a lower price stock, but Play is really the one that I was going to keep an eye on. That one typically tends to move on earnings, so I will be keeping an eye on that.
Very nice. Well, that's all I've got. And here's the thing: we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We can tell you what we're playing, how we'll play it. Um, hit the subscribe button if you like listening to us. Hit the subscribe button if you don't like listening to
Either
us.
way, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. Again, like Tim said, please subscribe, like, and share this video and subscribe to our channel. Please stay green tomorrow. I know today was really, really rough. There was a lot of red out there, a lot of bleeding. But you know, that's the market's going to do that. The market's going to do that, and the best that we can do is trade what we're given. So,
That's it.
we will we'll do it again tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. Stay green and have a great night.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care. Bye.